Hallo iedereen en welkom terug bij deel nummer 6 van mijn Let's Play Kingdom Of Loathing videoseries. In de voorgaande video hebben we de quest gedaan voor de Cops of the Deep Fat Friars. En tijdens deze video was ik van plan om een wat grotere sidequest te gaan doen. Die ook wel bekend staat als de Azazel Ma Belle Quest. Oké, dames en heren, off we go. We bevinden ons nu op de main map. En in de voorgaande video moesten we naar de Distant Woods. Uiteindelijk om naar de Deep Fat Friars gate te gaan. De Cops of the Deep Fat Friars. En dan gaan we hier naar die gate toe. Dan gaan we de gate en dan komen we hier uit in Pandemonium.
Link of of buildings map link of building Azazel's temple.
Azazel's tempel.
Of buildings map link of building Pandemonium slums 1.
De slums, dat zijn eigenlijk al die enemies naartoe gegaan die we in de voorgaande video in de Dark Neck of the Woods, the Dark Heart of the Woods en de Dark L of the Woods of something.
Of buildings map link
zijn
of
ze
building Belly Laughs.
Die daar terecht komen. Belly Laughs gaan we naartoe
buildings map
vandaag.
link of building Moaning Panda Square.
Moaning Panda Square gaan we vandaag naartoe.
Buildings map link of building Infernal Rackets.
En Infernal Rackets gaan we ook naartoe vandaag.
Of
laten we even bij de
link of building Azazel's temple.
Azazel's tempel.
Azazel's game Bishri, you walk up to Azazel's temple. Azazel hovers over a giant obsidian throne, a blur of swirling and flickering glaring eyes and sharp teeth. I heard that you might have recovered the talismans of my evil power, he says, his voice rumbling and whispering like a stampede of librarians. Show me what you've got. You do a few funky dance moves, then realize that's not what he was talking about. Fool. Azazel screams. Your quest is not yet complete. Get out of here before I use your entrails for garland on my crimbo tree and your skin for a throw rug. You scurry out of the throne room.
Is ruw in elk geval, maar over het algemeen als je voor de eerste keer de gate doorgaat, dan krijg je die quest om een of andere reden al gelijk. Dus ik heb eigenlijk zelf ook die quest nooit gelezen. Ik verwijs ook weer door naar de Kingdom of Loathing wiki, uiteindelijk om direct tekst te zien. Oké, dat even bij de Moaning Panda Square is even kijken.
The king link to Moaning Panda Dean Bishreving. As you walk through the deserted Moaning Panda Square, a shadowy figure in a trench coat steps out from behind one of the many Moaning Panda statues. He starts to open his trench coat and you start to avert your eyes. Then you breathe a sigh of relief as you see that he's wearing pants and that the inside of his trench coat is lined with merchandise for sale.
Dit is zo fout, hè?
Hey buddy. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth, taste, and the finest merchandise this side of the river Styx. Wanna buy a watch? Or a nice new wallet? Or an ancient talisman of unspeakable evil? No, and yes. How much meat do you want for the talisman? You ask. Meat? The stranger says, raising his eyebrows. We don't trade in meat here in Hades. We trade in sin here. I'll hand over this talisman in exchange for proof that you've beaten up 5 imps at Belly Laughs and 5 demons at the Infernal Rackets concert. Deal? How'll I find you again? You ask. Oh, I'll be around, he says, smiling. Anytime there's violence and pain, I'll be around. Well now. That was unsettling.
It certainly was. Even kijken of we het hier in de gaten kunnen houden via deze manier.
Link Belly Laughs. Visit. Link Infernal. Equip. Get hot tub. Back to Link for Broden. You currently have. Visit Link last. You currently. Visit. Link Belly Laughs. Visit. Wants 5 amperes and 5 bus passes.
Dat kunnen we op die manier niet in de gaten houden, maar dat komen we dan wel aan tegen de tijd dat we daar komen. Oké, laten we eerst naar Infernal Rackets.
Link of Fate Alley, of building Fate Alley behind Hades Arena, of buildings map link of building talk to Sven Gully, of buildings map link of building go backstage 1 of building
Dat gaan we nog niet doen, we gaan eerst met Sven Gully even praten.
Link of Tabel met results. Hey, you look smarter than the average groupie. Maybe you can help me out respectfully. I'm the new manager for the Infernal Rackets and they are supposed to be on stage right now, but they won't go on. Respectfully, they are complaining that the venue isn't meeting the requirements of their rider and they won't perform until they are met. Even worse, they won't let me look at the rider and they won't tell me exactly what they are missing and they won't even tell me which of them is which. Think you can help? Respectfully, help Nop.
Yeah, oh, sure we can help.
Link, results. Okay, here's all I've been able to find out so far. 1. All 4 band members are craving something. 1 wants something white, 1 wants something soft, 1 wants something sweet, 1 wants something boozy. 2. All 4 band members hate something another member is craving, so 1 hates white things, 1 hates soft things, 1 hates sweet things, and 1 hates boozy things. 3. The band members' names are Bognort, Stinkface, Flargworm, and Jim. 4. 1 is the bassist, 1 is the guitarist, 1 is the drummer, 1 is the singer. You should probably go talk to the sum of the band's roadies, hangers on, groupies, band-aids, and sluts. Respectfully. Einde tabel met the alley
dat gaan we dan mee beginnen. Overigens vind ik een van de irritantere
tabel adventure results. You are not yet ready to wander around backstage at Infernal Rackets. It is recommended that you have at least 55 mystical. It's okay. Tabel.
We can do it.
Read. Link around your Einde Citabloke. You get the jump on her. Around your shoulders and shouts, hey, this Citabloke, you're fighting a succubus. Citabloke, this demon aspires to be that legendary seducer of the innocent, the succubus. But she's really bad at it. She clomps up to you, throws an arm around your shoulders and shouts, hey, do you live around here often? Well, enough small talk. Let's bump uglies. Your Einde Citabloke, you get the jump on her.
Oké, hier gaan we weer skills gebruiken. Soulstorm, uiteraard.
Link combat, your basic link the stranger.
Oh, ik moet wel even naar het juiste gedeelte van de pagina.
Combat, your a torrent, Dean Bishri, you listen to this, and then you gain 10 hit points. She lean, ooh. Ow, you lose 17,
Don't you trust smack
you skill not, maintain tabel. The king combat, you win the fight. Dean Bishri, you gain 40 meat, you look, hot wing of building, you gain 5 muscle boundness, you acquire.
Stef ik iets uit.
Afdragen, Kasten, afbeelding QR code, Bert Allen, afbeelding Jen Zoiden met Google, Bert Allen in het Nederland, afbeelding Special Engine Offline, verleid menu.
Uitstand wordt wel heel erg
policies of loathing.
hinderlijk op alle pagina's. Adventure again.
Link combat, Citabloke, even though his fellow demons the scholarly incubus and the tragically inept succubus are better known, the Cerealbus is one of the most deadly of Hades' inhabitants. Soul, and also to warm souls of the damned. And also to warm a coffee cup, spin a little fan or make a tiny, you get the jump on him. You skill not, Kuzali's lunging thrust smack 8 mana points.
Lunging thrust smack, hopelijk is het in één keer genoeg.
Link, combat, you, Sako, he plugs a 2 out bug. You lose 20 hit points. You skill not, Kuzali's
Soulstorm dan weer.
You skill not, maintain other image, basic link, level 6, hit, 84-89, link, combat, a critical hit, you gain 30 meat, you gain 2, you gain 9 wizardliness, you gain, basic link,
we moeten hier ook uiteindelijk buspasses gaan verzamelen.
Link, combat, Citabloke, this demon aspires to be that legendary seducer of the innocent, the succubus. You skill not,
you skill.
The kingdom, to combat, a she-cock ugh, you lose 19, you skill not.
Zit de behoorlijk hard.
Other images, hit points of field, 80-89. Combat, H, critical hit, you win, you gain 40, you gain 4, you gain 10, you gain the mystical, you win the fight, you gain basic link adventure.
Want hier moeten we nou uiteindelijk op zoek gaan naar verschillende informatiestukken en items van de bandleden. Ja.
A pertinent imp, you hear sobs coming from behind a door and open it to find what is possibly the world's filthiest bathroom. There's a female imp curled up in the corner, crying. You're emotionally moved by the scene, you're sad because she sounds so heartbroken, and you're a little off-put because she's crying tears of blood. What's wrong? You ask. Oh, she says, sniffling, it's my boyfriend Stinkface. You know the lead singer of Infernal Rackets? I found out that the goat cheese occurrence wanted him to trade me for a pillow. Wow, that's pretty terrible, you say. I know, she says, eyes shining. Can you imagine touring with the goat cheese occurrence? It would have been awesome. But he just turned them down. He was all Stinkface. The vocalist does not crave things that are soft. And he knows I hate it when he talks about himself in the third person. The imp sighs and wipes away her bloody tears. Oh well. At least the goat cheese occurrence guy gave me the pillow he was going to trade. Want it? You accept the pillow and leave the bathroom, marveling at the crazy lives of rock bands and their band-aids. Einde Citabloke, comfy, you acquire an basic link adventure, basic link go back to
die gaan we gelijk even aan iemand geven.
Link, labeled if building belly laughs. Labeled if, the king, link to bell met one pandemonium. Labeled if building belly laughs. Labeled if building moaning panda is square. Labeled if building infernal rackets, frame.
Infernal rackets.
Link, labeled if building go backstage 1. Labeled if building talk to Sven Gully.
Talk to Sven Gully, want ik weet dat die pillow uiteindelijk aan...
Bognort, Stink face, flartworm, Jim.
aan Jim moet worden gegeven.
Silk comfy pillow. Give it not.
Give it.
Making paint results. You toss the pillow to Jim. He buries his head in it, spearing it with a horn and sighs happily. Then he holds up his drumsticks and clicks them together, shouting 1, 2, 3, 4. Einde tabel.
Oké, dat was een van de 4 genekt.
Ungelabeled of fielding go backstage 1.
Dan gaan we nu op zoek naar de andere spullen.
You're fighting an incubus on the flayed and tanned skin of the damned. Nowadays, though, they usually use spray on tan, so use item not. Kuzalis select an item. Use skill not. Kuzalis
Southstorm.
Maintain tabel. Link combat 8 with a wet. He inscribe eek. You lose 19. Use skill not. Card ALS per day on head begin. Other image hit points of field 101 115 hit 89 89 to combat with a wet. You and then you gain 50. You win the fight. You gain 3 strongness. You gain 48 meat. You gain your inner knowledge of card physically.
Die buspersers laten het nu toch een beetje afweten.
Combat. You're fighting an incubus on the flight. Nowadays, though, they use skill not. Maintain combat with he right now. You lose 18. Use skill not. Link to combat 8 with a wet. You win the fight. You gain 5. You gain 3 muscle. You gain 40. You gain 1 physical link. We
krijgen hier wel goede stoppoints. Dat is sowieso ook geen onbelangrijk iets.
85-89 combat. See tableau. This is one of the demon scribes. Use skill not. Maintain
skill.
Use skill not.
Skill.
Other hit points of field 94 1 link combat a torrent. You win the fight. You gain bus passive fielding.
Ja,
you acquire. You gain 5 fortitude. You gain a muscle point. You gain 10 wizardliness. You gain 2 sarcasm. Physical 1 really 2.
Even kijken.
Your basest impulses. See tableau. You stumble into the green room where the band is having a meeting. They are so busy arguing that they don't look up as you come in. One of the bandmates is yelling at another. What I'm saying is your looks are becoming an issue. He shouts. You're supposed to be the skeletal bassist and I'm supposed to be the comically obese guitar player. But you keep horking down sweets like you're doing and you're going to be fatter than me by the end of the tour. I can't help it, the other demon says. I just crave sweets, man. You should try some of this sponge cake, it's nice and squishy. The guitarist snorts derisively. Who ever heard of a band where the bassist craves sweets? And besides, I hate squishy things, so you can take your cake and shove it. Just don't shove it in your mouth. Yet? Well, who ever heard of a band where the guitarist hates soft things? The bassist retorts, but he tosses the cake over his shoulder. You pick it up, einde see tableau, sponge, you acquire,
sponge cake.
Adventure, physic link go back to Pandemonium, einde tabel, physic link.
Gaan we terug naar Pandemonium, dan gaan we gelijk die ook even inruilen.
Pandemonium, physic link go back through the Friar's Gate. Undulable of fielding infernal rackets.
Infernal rackets.
Undulable of fielding.
Gaan
The
we
King
met
link
Sven
development,
praten.
physic link go back through the Friar's Gate. Undulable of fielding moaning panda is square. Undulable of fielding belly laughs. Undulable of fielding. Column 1 really 2. Pandemonium. Undulable of fielding pandemonium slums 1. Belly laughs of fielding's map link of field moaning panda is square.
Even kijken. Infernal rackets.
Maintain tabel. The King link the undulable of fielding talk to Sven Gully.
Talk to Sven Gully. Ik weet wel dat de
give Bognort.
Baknoord de bassist is.
Sponge cake.
Sponge cake. Give it. Alsjeblieft man.
Link results. You offer Bognort the sponge cake, but he steps back and holds up his hands. That looks way too soft for me, man. There's nothing about it that appeals to me, okay? Just try something else, okay? Sven quickly devours the sponge cake before it can further offend Bognort.
Oké, dat was niet helemaal goed.
Go back through the
dat was niet helemaal de bedoeling. Goed, oké.
Undulable of fielding. Column, go backstage 1 of fielding's map.
Go backstage. Dan gaan we gewoon nog wat spulletjes halen en dan even kijken hoe of wat of waar.
Combat. You're fighting a serialbus. Use skill not.
En bovendien gelijk even goed XP-punten halen.
Use skill not. Other images. Physical hit 86 91 97.
Gaan we een beetje in oogje op de stad hoe het hier gaat.
You gain bus passive fielding.
Bus pass, perfect.
You gain 3.
Die hebben we ook weer nodig.
13. You gain 2 smarm.
Nummer 2 van de 5 die we nodig hebben.
Onto rage. See tableau. You find a door marked gentleman and open it on the off chance that it contains one. The door bumps into a demon who is bent over a sink. The demon shouts in surprise and there's a huge puff of white powder from where his nose just was. You jerk. He shouts. You just made me blow all the sugar off of my powdered donut. I ought to get my friend Jim in here to get you thrown out. I'm with the band, you know. Oh, Jim, right? You say nonchalantly. He's the guitarist, right? What? Jim isn't the guitarist. Sorry, you say. Look, just give the donut to someone else in the band and get a new one, okay? Give it to the drummer. They are usually not picky about food. Unless this drummer hates foods that are soft or something. Now I know you don't belong back here, the demon says. The drummer isn't the one who hates soft things. Everybody knows that. Now get out of here before I pelt you with these booze-soaked cherries. You stand there long enough for him to throw a cherry at you, then you pocket it and walk away whistling. Einde citablo, booze-soaked cherry of building. You bezikling
Perfect,
adventure.
kunnen we gelijk de volgende, als het goed is, afwerken. Hopelijk gaat dat dan nu wel goed, want voor mij kan dat nu wel een beetje goed gaan. Voor mij was Stinkface degene die Booze fijn vond.
The Kingdom of Loathing Browsergame. Talk to Svengali.
Talk to Svengali.
Bognort, Stinkface.
Stinkface.
Booze-soaked cherry. Give it
En anders dan leer ik ook gelijk weer bij.
You toss the cherry at Stinkface, but he bats it away.
Ah shit.
Look dude, he says I'm trying to be cool about this, but I hate sweet things, and here you're tempting me with booze, but it's got sugar in it. What the hey is your problem, dude?
Oké, goed om te
Respectful
weten.
effort to restore order. Unlabeled of building. Go backstage 1 of building.
Dan weten we dat het dus een beersoak teddybeer of zo.
Adventure results. Onto rage. See tabloke. You find a door marked gentleman. Shouts in surprise. Basic link adventure again in Basic link go back to pandemonium.
Dan hebben we nou weer een nieuwe beersoak cherry. Of hier wel
Basic link go back through the Friar's Gate.
bepaalde soort cherry in
Basic
elk
link of
geval.
building messages. Basic
Hoe je
link
het noemen wil.
unlabeled of building. Column 1 really 2. Infernal records of building.
Even de records.
Maintain to bell. Link they unlabeled of building go backstage 1.
Ik bedoel, ik leer hier ook alleen maar bij.
Give Kuzali, Bognort, Stinkface, Flargworm,
Flargworm dan.
Booze-soaked cherry, give it not. Maintain to bell. Results, you hand Flargworm the cherry. He spears it on one of his talons and licks it with his forked tongue. Oh nice bro. He says. I like the color because it's not white and I like how sweet it is. It's time to lay down some killer bass bro. Einde to bell. Basic link go back through the Friar's Gate. Announcements.
Dat is nummer 2.
Verdeer on head begin. The king link to bell results. Unlabeled of building. Column 1 really 2. Talk to Svengali. Go backstage.
Dan gaan we nu op zoek naar het derde item om die in te ruilen.
You're fighting a serial bus.
Serial bus. Use skill. Use skill.
Hit points of field 108. Link combat. A with a wet you gain 9. Basic link. Column 1 really.
Verder naar het volgende avontuur.
Link combat. See tabloke. This is one of the use skill.
Use skill.
Maintain to bell. Use skill.
Use skill.
Other hit points of field 91. Link combat. 8 you and then you win the fight. You gain 1. You gain 5. Basic link.
Nog steeds geen derde buspass.
Link combat. See tabloke. This demon aspires to be that. Use skill. Maintain to.
Goed, komen we uiteindelijk wel achter.
Use skill.
Use skill.
Maintain to bell. Hit points of field 97. Link combat. You win. You gain. You look bus pass of building.
Ja, derde buspass.
You gain 11. Basic link. Column 1
Very good. We're doing good.
A dicey situation.
A dicey situation.
See tabloke. You see a couple of roadies shooting craps and throwing dice in a corner, so you edge closer to hear what they are saying. I tell ya, these rock stars, they just can't party like we could back in the old days. Like I offered Flargworm a swig out of my flask and he muttered something about how he was climbing up these 12 steps and he needed to resist drinking booze. I told him he'd have more energy for resisting temptation if he'd lay off climbing steps all the time, but he just scowled at me. So what you're saying is Flargworm isn't the one who craves booze? The other roadie says. Exactly, the first roadie replies. Whoops. Snake eyes. You gotta take off an item of clothing. You flee the scene before you have to see any naked roadie flesh. As you turn away you knock over a bottle of gin and watch it seep into a stack of paper.
Dat we daar toch geen getuigen van hoeven te zijn.
Einde see tabloke, gin-soaked blotter paper of building. You acquire an item gin-soaked blotter paper. Basic link adventure again in
Adventure again.
Adventure again in to combat. You're fighting an incubus. Use skill knob. Maintain to bell. Link combat. Use skill knob.
Even skillen.
Hit points of field 70 98 1 to combat. Basic link adventure again in you win the fight. A torrent of chill wind. You're fighting basic link. Column 1
Geen vierde buspass helaas,
link
maar
at Primo Dono.
Primo Dono.
See tabloke. You accidentally bump into someone in one of the dark hallways backstage. You turn to apologize, but the demon you hit is already turning purple with rage. How dare you strike me? He shouts. No, I didn't know that. That'd be awesome. Flargworm turns up his nose at you. You've made that.
Sorry.
Link to Bell adventure results. Primo Dono. See tabloke. You accidentally bump into someone in one of the dark hallways backstage. You turn to apologize, but the demon you hit is already turning purple with rage. How dare you strike me? He shouts. I'm in the band. Don't you know who I am? I'm Flargworm. No, I didn't know that. In fact, if you could just tell me what instrument you play and what you crave, I could quit wandering around back here and that'd be awesome. Flargworm turns up his nose at you. I'm not talking to you as long as you have that marshmallow stuck to your foot. Flargworm hates the color white. There, you've made me so mad I started talking in third person again. You'd better watch your step around here. If for example you offered the drummer an alcoholic drink, he'd probably kill you. So you're saying the drummer hates booze? Thanks. You pick the marshmallow off of your foot and get away from Flargworm as quickly as you can. Einde C-tablook,
Dat is wel grappig eigenlijk dat we Flargworm en Jim al vrij hebben gemaakt van hun items. Dat is wel grappig. Use skill.
The king. Hit points of field 91, 99, 1 link, combat, a torrent of constant, you gain 13, you win the fight, you gain 51 meat, you gain 1, you gain 4, physic link at, column 1 really link, at succubus, C-tablook, you walk into one of the dimly lit green rooms backstage and see a succubus reclining on a couch inside. She's holding a teddy bear and trying to pose seductively, but she just looks like she has a crick in her neck. There you are, lover, wait, you aren't Bognort, she says. Oh well, I guess you'll do. No thanks, you say. I'm looking for Bognort too. He's the drummer, right? The one who really likes soft things? The succubus scowls at you. Are you sure you're supposed to be back here? Bognort isn't the drummer and he craves something white. Just get out of here. If you don't want to lie down with me. She chucks her teddy bear at you. You catch it and hoof it out of the room before you have to endure any more inept commands from the succubus. Einde C-tablook, beer-scented teddy bear, basic link adventure, basic link go back to pandemonium.
Go back to pandemonium. Dan gaan we nog even een poging doen om wat items te geven aan...
Basic link go back through the frame. Building.
Aan bepaalde...
Infernal rackets of the kingdom.
Bandleden, dat was hem.
The alley behind frame. Unlabeled of building. Column 1 really 2. Talk to Svengali of...
Talk to Svengali.
The kingdom of Bognort. Stinkface, Bognort, beer-scented teddy bear, giant marshmallow.
Deze?
Give it not.
Give it?
Link, results, you hand the marshmallow to Bognort. He turns it over in his talons, carefully poking and prodding it. Alright, he says it's got some give to it. But it's not too soft and it's definitely white. He scarfs it down, licks his chops and grins. I'm ready to unleash some killer guitar riffs.
Nice.
Rock.
Dat is de nummer 3.
July 05, oops. July, the dispagina basic unlabeled of building other images got the king, link of results, you hand the rock, unlabeled of building.
Ik klik ergens op wat het niet hoorde, maar goed, talk to Svengali. En dan moeten we denk ik deze Stinkface
beer-scented teddy
bear geven.
Link, results, you toss the teddy bear to Stinkface. He catches it, turns it over cautiously, then buries his face in it. This is awesome, dude. He says, muffled by the bear. It's got all the booze I crave and no stupid sweet taste to mess it up.
Nice.
Good job, dude. I'm ready to rock the mic. Wow, thanks. Sven says respectfully. You really pulled my ass out of the fire. Here, take this reward respectfully. Azazel's unicorn of building.
Azazel's unicorn?
You acquire
what
an item Einde Tabel met, unlabeled of build, go backstage 1 of
Misschien zie ik gewoon dingen die er niet zijn. Laten we nog even gaan voor de laatste 2 bus passes. Want die hebben we nog nodig.
Maintain link combat crit you constant you gain
you gain
3 cheek
een gedeelte van de quest af en dan van de volgende.
100 and combat C-tablook even though his felt use skill.
Laten we hier even wat killing gaan doen.
Use skill not.
Use skill.
Other image hit points of field 84 link combat 8 you and that you win you gain
skim even snel door
link combat your
eindresultaten heen in ieder geval, want dat scheelt in ieder tijd.
Use skill not.
Use skill.
Combat 8 you bus pass of fielding.
Ja, nummer 4.
Gain 3 basic link add.
Dus voor zover ik het gezien heb in ieder geval, dan kunnen we nog wel meer bus passes gaan krijgen. Dus we skimmen even door de combat heen.
Configure Ronald a small dark. The other image hit points of field 91 92 link Chickle Kid July check. I linked it. Collect. I blank. I
Weer zo'n
Tabel
donators
combat. AFA critical hit.
dingetje.
You win the fight.
Ik zal ook in
Tabel
een
met combat.
volgende video
Your
ook even
critical hit.
aangeven dat
You gain 10.
wat een nadeel is aan deze game, dat het over doneren en dat soort dingen.
Combat. See tab
Weet je, ik gun het de game enorm hoor, maar het is meer van dat het best een dure business kan worden hier. Als je te veel doneert.
You win the fight.
Maar daar gaan we het hebben in een toekomstige video, gaan we het er even uitgebreid over hebben. Even door, killen. Killing. We doen het nog redelijk goed met mana gelukkig. Ja, de 5e buspas. Oké, die hebben we die ook compleet en dan gaan we nu naar Bully Loves. Dan gaan we zoeken naar impairs. Zo kun je eruit eigenlijk dingen combineren met elkaar.
Belly laughs.
Bully Loves.
The Kingdom of Loathing. Link the alley. Unlabeled of building talk to Morn.
Talk to Morn.
Unlabeled of building. Link results. Good evening and welcome to Belly Laughs, Hades' finest and only comedy club. My name is Morn, your host. I'm an empathy demon and I can tell your fortune for you if you make me laugh. Seriously, please make me laugh. I haven't had a good laugh in forever. Pizza? Seriously, please make me laugh. I haven't had a good laugh in forever. You know, it's kind of like how when you work in a pizza parlor you start hating pizza. Heck, I'll even give you this ancient talisman of unspeakable evil if you can give me a hearty guffaw. Care to give it a try? Insult Morn Knob.
Insult.
Really too.
Why not?
Link, hey, Morn looks, hey, you say nice horns. It's like you've got two pointed red horns on top of your head or something. I bet it's hard to wear hats. Morn looks well mournful. It is actually, he says. That's not funny. Maybe you should try and soak up some of the ambience here before you try making me laugh again. Einde tabel.
Okay,
Tabel met
doen we
one
dat.
unlabeled of building. Go inside one of building.
Go inside.
Maintain tabel. Link, adventure, you are not yet ready. It's okay.
We are
on,
good.
ready
To go,
Link,
at
combat.
least.
You're fighting a CH imp. C Toblok, evil monkey. Evil infernal demon monkey. Einde C Toblok, you get the jump. You still not. Maintain
Okay, let's get it over
Link,
with.
combat. A tor he hit boo. You lose
Ow.
20 hit attack with your run away not. You still not.
Use skill.
Maintain up hit points of field 66 88 1 to combat 8 you gain 13 physically
No impair yet.
to combat see Toblok. Man, this is one seriously fancy imp. His horns are immaculately trimmed, his tail is meticulously curled, his teeth are gleaming white and his claws are razor sharp. He Einde see Toblok are razor sharp. He must spend hours in front. You still not.
Use
Maintain
skill.
tabel. You still not.
Use
Maintain
skill.
tabel. Up hit 80. Link combat with a wet you what your ear. You gain you win the fight. You
Thank
gain
you,
51 meat. You gain
Constantino.
you gain 9 physic link. Column 1
No
read.
impair.
Link combat. You're fighting a CH imp. C Toblok, evil monkey. You still not. Maintain to. You still not. Maintain to. Other hit 70 80 100. Combat. A tor constant. You gain 17. You win the fight. You gain 31 meat. You gain 6. You gain 9. You gain 3 physic link. Column 1 read 2. Link combat. You're fighting a BL imp. Man, this is the biggest imp you've ever seen. When he sits around the torture chamber for eternally inflicting suffering on the souls of the damned, he sits around the torture chamber for eternally inflicting suffering on the souls of the damned.
Dat is een
Einde C
interessante
Toblok. You still not.
samenloop van omstandigheden. Oké dan, let's go on.
You still not.
Use skill.
Maintain to. Hit points of field 74 1 to combat. A fought with a wet you win the fight. You gain 3 strongness. You gain 10 mist physically.
Still no impair.
Link combat. You're fighting a PR imp. C Toblok. Man, this is one seriously fancy imp. You still not. Maintain to. You still not. Maintain to. Combat. A tor. You win. You look impair of building.
Ja,
You
eerst
impair of
impair.
building. You
Oh, 2.
You acquire an item. Imp. You acquire an item impair. Impair. You acquire.
Ja, we hebben er
Discipline
gelijk in één keer 2
adventure
gekregen.
again.
Nice.
Column 1 really 2. Adventure.
Oké, want we hebben er totaal 5 nodig.
Combat. You're fighting Carbuncle Top. C Toblok. You finally make your way to the stage and see the comedian currently performing could only be popular in Hades. Oh, it isn't that instead of a head he has a massive pus-weeping infected boil. Ask the Orsish frat boys if being a massive pus-weeping infected boil has an effect on your social life. It's that all of his comedy relies on puns based on props. You know, like he'll say put up your dukes and hold up 2 pictures of Azazel Archduke of Hades. Or he'll say I'm all ears and throw a sheet over his head that's covered in the severed ears of damned souls. You'd have to be tortured every day to find Carbuncle Top's comedy entertaining. A blow with a baseball bat will seem downright pleasant. You'd have to be tortured every day to find Carbuncle Top's comedy entertaining. It's like how if you hit yourself in the head with a hammer every day. A blow with a baseball bat will seem downright pleasant. Kinda see you get the jump. You skill not.
Very bad.
Maintain to bell. 74 1 to bell. Your H with a you win the fight. Hilarious comedy prop of building. You acquire an item. Hilarious comedy prop. You gain 4 muscle boundness. You gain 10 inch. You gain physic link adventure again the last floor.
Dan gaan we die eerst even equippen.
Link of
Zo moet je ze equippen volgens
physic
mij.
link of building crafting. Physic link of building your skills. Frame. Your
Some skills.
Link of physic link of building your inventory.
Inventaris.
Your inventory link of build virtual zoiets.
Gaan we de equipment.
Equip buff gym physic link equipment. Column 1 ready to.
En dan doen we één dingetje doen we uit.
Item images Guzlower shoes. Link on equip. Self paginal link accessory. Item images Guzloadable undulable of building. Guzlower tablet. Link on equip.
En ook heb de Guzzle tablet.
The king virtual zoiets.
En dan doen we de comedy prop aan.
Hilarious link equip.
Equip.
To bell met 1. The virtual zoiets.
En dan gaan we vast Last Adventure.
Physic link frame. The last floor link of building.
Komen we sowieso uit op de last floor.
Virtual zoiets.
Dat is even een stuk korter dan weer helemaal terug te gaan naar de distant woods, etc.
Link of combat. You're fighting a BL imp. Man this find it you attack with you run away not use skill not.
Use skill.
Maintain to bell. Vertier on head begin. Vertier on head begin. Combat. A torrent constant. You gain 18. You win the fight. You gain 6. You gain the miss. Physic link go back to
Pandemonium Slums.
Link to bell. Physic link go back through the Friar's Gate. Undulable of building. Belly laughs of buildings map. The Kingdom of Loathing. The link the alley frame. Undulable of building. Go inside one. Talk to Morn of buildings map link of building. Maintain to bell. Link results. Fortune for seriously please pizza. Insult Morn not. Try some observation. Try some prop comedy not.
Try some prop comedy.
Column 1 read. Link results. You hold up your hilarious comedy prop. Hey, you say you look a little unstable. Let me prop you up. Morn giggles a little. Not bad, he says. That wasn't enough laughter for me to tell your fortune, but it's enough for this. He holds out his hands. And green light flashes from them. You feel a little wiser, stronger, and cooler than you did a minute ago. You gain 15 wizardliness. You gain 12 strongness. You gain Indijabel.
Dat doen we even die tabloid weer even
link
aan.
of building your inventory. Frame. Your inventory link of build. Virtual zoe. Hilarious. Link on equip.
Unequip.
Column 1 ready 1.
Dat doe je
Virtual zoe.
tabloid weer aan en dan gaan we even eerst de rest even verzamelen. Voordat we de andere comedy weer gaan doen.
Item image Guzlower tablet. Indijabel. Tabel. The king item image Guzlower tablet. Indijabel. Tabel. The king item you equip an item.
Okay.
The king virtual zoe.
Last Adventure.
Physic link the last floor.
The last floor.
Maintain tabel. The king virtual zoe. Link of field combat. You're fighting Victor the hits. Look out of. You finally fight your way to the stage, but your way is blocked by nothing less than one of the hounds of Hades. Its eyes glow red and unholy flames. Look out of the corners of its mouth. It snarls at you, then holds up a tiny rubber hand puppet, a miniature likeness of itself. It speaks to you, trying not to move its hellish lips, and bobs the hand puppet up and down like the puppet's doing the talking. That's a nice outfit you're wearing, he snarls. You like it? It's just what I had lying around for me to douse in flaming sulfuric urine. The hellhound says and laughs nastily.
Lol.
Are you going to let that puppet talk to you like that?
Oh, certainly not.
You skill not.
We should
maintain
punish it.
Link combat 8 you look behind impair of building.
Impair.
You acquire Victor the insult. You acquire. You gain 4 strongness. Physic link.
Nummer 3. We moeten alleen 4 en 5 nog hebben. Dan kunnen we uiteindelijk bij de Stranger ook nog wat de derde artefact krijgen.
Link to combat 8 you win observation. You acquire an item observational glasses. You gain 2 strongness. You gain 13. You remember from physic link.
Excuse-moi dames en heren, dat was de derde
combat
dingen die we nodig hadden van de comedy
link combat crit with you gain physic column 1 ready.
Even 2 impairs verzamelen.
Link combat
dan maken we
de
belly laughs af.
Maintain to the king attack with the hit points of field 5882 76 attack with maintain to
attack
link combat you gain he steps ouch.
Ow.
You skill not maintain to other images hit 5982 a tor you and then you gain 13 you win you and then injects it you gain 13 you win you gain 38 meat you gain 7 strongness you gain physic link column 1
waar blijven de impairs?
Link combat you're fighting a PR imp you skill not maintain
skill
attack with your you skill not
skill
maintain to other hit points of field 71 link combat 8 you gain 6 muscle boundness. You win the fight. You gain physic link. Column 1 ready to link to
Bears.
combat. You're fighting a CH imp. Use skill not maintain to bell. Use skill not maintain to link combat. 8 you walk your ear. You win the fight. You gain 2. You gain 11 physic link. Column 1 ready.
Weet blijven ze erg snel weg.
Points of field mana 65 1 link combat. See tableau. Man this is one. Use skill not maintain to bell. That is pagina. The king link combat. Crit a tor. You win constant. You gain the mystical physic link add. Column 1 ready.
Nou,
To combat. See tableau. Use skill not maintain to bell. Link combat with eek. You lose attack. Use skill not. Other image hit points of field 62 82. Mana points of field 62 to combat. 8 you gain impair of field.
Ja.
You gain 9
Nummer 4.
physic link add. Column
we
1
alleen
ready.
de 5 nog hebben.
To combat. See tableau. Use skill not.
En dan killen we gewoon wat imps voor.
Link to combat with you and then you gain he hits you oof.
Auw.
Use skill not.
Waarom hit jij zo hard?
Link
Vooral.
combat. Critical hit. You impair of
Ja, de
You
5e
physic link
impair.
adventure again.
Oké, dan gaan we nu even de
Physic link of building your inventory.
juiste spullen even aandoen.
Your inventory link of build. The keeper select
En dan gaan we de tabloid doen we af.
item image
Eventjes voor
Gazlower
nu.
tablet. Link on equip.
Een equip, want we hoeven nu niet meer te
The
combaten.
king virtual zoe
En dan doen we de glasses aan.
item images observational link equip.
Equip. En dan
Results.
doen we de
You-
guzzle shoes doen we
virtual
even
zoe.
af.
Item image Gazlower shoes. Link on equip.
Een equip.
Column 1
En
ready
dan doen
to.
we de puppet
The king
doen we
virtual
aan.
zoe. Item image Victor that link equip.
Equip.
Tabel met.
Ja.
You equip an item. Item
En dan
frame.
gaan we naar
Run link. Current quest link. Pandemonium link. Moaning Panda Square link. Pandemonium link. Azazel needs your physic return. Moaning Panda Square link. Morn link.
Morn.
Sharpain. The virtual zoe. Link of good evening. Fortune for you if you make frame. Column 1 ready to. Insult Morn Knob.
Insult Morn.
Maintain to bell. Link results. You hold up the puppet and try to approximate Victor's weird quasi border town accent. Hey, those are some nice horns you have. For me to douse in. Flaming sulfurous urine. Morn chuckles appreciatively. Ah, he says insults are always funnier when they're coming out of a puppet's mouth, aren't they? Anyway, your fortune. I predict that your fortune will increase in the near future. Morn winks at you, then tosses a few meat stacks your way. Meat stack of building. You acquire 3 meat.
Dat is alles welkom.
Tabel met the alley. Onto label building. Go and talk to Morn of build.
Dr. Morn. Dan
Maintain
moeten we de laatste nog even een keertje
Try
doen.
some observational humor.
Observational
not column 1
humor.
ready to. Try. Link to results. So how about those G-imps? You ask. I mean they're always wearing those rubber masks with the zippers on the mouth. What's the deal with that? Morn slaps his knee and bellows laughter. That's hilarious. He says. It's funny cause it's true they are always wearing those sexy disturbing. I mean masks. Here's your fortune, you're closer to completing the quest you're on. He reaches under the bar and pulls out a big round lollipop.
Lollipop.
Azazel's you acquire an
Het wordt ook steeds erger.
Go inside one.
Ehm,
Pandemonium slums one.
laten we naar de
Of buildings map link of field. Moaning Panda Square of build.
Morning Panel Square. Zullen we eens even alles compleet?
Link. Moaning Panda Square. The trench-coated stranger waves to you from atop one of the Moaning Panda statues. He slides down the panda's back and walks over his hand out. Him your impairs and bus passes. Excellent work, he hisses, smiling his shark-like smile. Here's your talisman. Congratulations. Sooner. You take your talisman and walk out of Moaning Panda Square trying to get the hairs on your arms to lie back down. Azazel's tutu of building.
En de tutu.
Tabel met.
Weet je zeker dat het gewoon echt spullen zijn voor hardcore evil of is het gewoon een meisjesoutfit? Don't get me wrong go, maar het is voor Azazel is het niet echt een outfit als je het mij vraagt. Maar hoe dan ook.
Tabel met Azazel's temple. You enter Azazel's temple. Azazel hovers over a giant obsidian throne, a blur of swirling and flickering glaring eyes and sharp teeth. I heard that you might have recovered the talismans of my evil power, he says, his voice rumbling and whispering like a stampede of librarians. Show me what you've got. Talismans of evil power. And lay them in me what you've got. Talismans of evil power. You say incredulously. You pull out the purple plush unicorn, the bright rainbow-colored lollipop and the frilly pink tutu. And lay them in front of him. You clearly don't understand the nature of evil, Azazel says, then addresses the stuffed unicorn. Are you okay, Snookums? Did the bad demons hurt you? It's okay, you're safe with me now. He stops, realizes you're still there and gruffly shouts, leave me to contemplate my evil plans. You say there was a reward, right? I mean, if not a reward for returning your dolly, your lolly, and your lacy underthings, at least a reward for not telling anybody. You dare to threaten the third most evil demon in Hades? Azazel shouts. Very well, then I shall give you your reward. Bear in mind that the rewards of Hades are likely to be less than agreeable to a mortal weakling like yourself. He pauses and chuckles evilly, then continues. When you drink this, it will turn your liver to steel. Henceforth you will have to drink more alcohol to become inebriated. Ha ha ha. Steel margarita of building. You decide to get the Hades out of Azazel's temple before he gives you any further
Oké,
rewards.
de Steel Margarita hebben we nou gekregen. Die gaan we aan het eind van deze video nog even opdrinken. Als we nu een keer met Azazel's tempel gaan communiceren, dan zul je zien wat voor slechte plannen Azazel precies heeft.
Azazel's temple. You creep back into Azazel's temple. To your surprise, the obsidian throne is empty. You hear a girlish giggle coming from behind the throne and sneak back to investigate. You see Azazel with the tutu somehow hovering around his dimensional rift body, with the sucker stuck in one of his many fanged maws, levitating the unicorn in the air to make it dance. Dum de dum dum, I'm a pretty pony, tee hee hee. He laughs. Then he spots you. I was just. You say. Fool. Azazel shrieks. You have interrupted a most dire and unspeakable ritual. Get out of here before I give you the gift of hindsight by twisting your head around 180 degrees. You decide to watch your ass metaphorically by running away before you're forced to do it literally. Einde Tabel met 1.
Oké dan.
Level 7.
We zijn inmiddels op level 7. We gaan even die Steel Margarita nog even tot ons nemen. En dan maken we er een einde video van. Consumables. Dan gaan we naar de Steel Margarita.
Steel Margarita. Link drink.
Drink. Want normaal gesproken kun je 14 zwaarheidspunten aan drank maximum hebben. Een van mijn favoriete cocktails van mijn karakter is de Backwood Screwdriver. En dat heeft dus een zwaarheid van 3. Daar kan ik er dus 4 veilig van drinken. Als ik er 5 van drink, zit ik aan een totaal van 15 punten. Dus 3 keer of 5 keer 3 is gelijk aan 15 punten. Terwijl je 14 punten maximaal veilig kan drinken. Dus dan ben je gewoon echt knocked out voor de dag. En dan kun je de rest van de dag wel avonturen doen. Maar niet op de manier hoe je het op deze video ziet. Met de Steel Margarita dan wordt je maximaal punten waarop je dronken wordt van 15 omhoog gegooid naar 20. Dus in plaats van dat je 14 punten, tot aan 14 punten veilig kan drinken, kun je dus tot 19 punten veilig drinken. Dus dan kan ik in plaats van 4 Backwood Screwdrivers, kan ik er 6 drinken op een dag. Super awesome.
Link to results. See tableau. You drink the Steel Margarita. It tastes like licking a sword, only less sharp. You feel your liver harden, but in a good way. You acquire a skill liver of steel.
Nice.
You gain 5 drunkenness. Einde see tableau.
Maar goed, het is wel eens een nevel effect dat je nou gelijk 5 punten in dronkenschap hebt. Hoe dan ook, dames en heren. Ik wil jullie allemaal heel erg bedanken voor het kijken. Vergeet ook vooral niet, als je dit een leuke video vond, om dit in het commentaar te laten weten. Het was een wat langere video, maar het is ook een wat langere sidequest. En we hebben hem toch in 1 keer kunnen doen. En we gaan in de volgende video, deel nummer 7, gaan we weer verder met de Council Quests. Ik kan zo 1, 2, 3 niet uit mijn geheugen opdiepen wat voor quest dat nu precies is. Maar daar komen we dan wel. Ik denk dat misschien dat het de Trapper Quest is mogelijk. Maar nou ja, dat zien we dan wel tegen de tijd dat we daar aankomen. Hoe dan ook, dames en heren. Ik wil jullie nogmaals heel erg bedanken voor het kijken. En ik hoop je allemaal terug te zien bij de volgende video van Let's Play Kingdom of Loathing.com.